Hello, everybody, and welcome on into Console Gaming League Diamond. We've got ourselves an exciting match here today between the Barons and the Aces. I'll be your play-by-play caster, Booney, and join me is going to be Big Sam. And Sam, we're here. It's single elim here. Both teams fighting for their lives. Only thing separating them is going to be 2 map differential. Should be a banger ahead of us here tonight.
Yeah, both teams are 5-3. The only difference is Aces has a +10 win map differential, while Barons has a +12 map differential. So both teams are literally close to each other by just 2 maps. We could easily go 5 maps between these two teams. Both teams have good solid rosters, good solid orgs, good solid coachings. I mean, both of them. It's going to be a real banger, like you said, and it's a toss-up, and it's going to be anyone's game.
Excited to see what comps we're going to see, especially with the Pro-Am here now in Overwatch League. We're going to see some copying, we're going to see some Ramatra, some Winston, we're going to see some new, some fresh. We'll have to wait and see what is going to be after we head into our first map here soon. But, you know, like you said, look at the orgs here. We do have the Aces, do have a lot of achievements behind them on the back, but then Barons coming in with that second in mid-season playoffs this season here for Console Gaming League. But look at the starting lineups. We are going to be seeing pretty standard things we've been seeing all season so far from the Barons here. And, or sorry, this is actually going to be the Aces. I apologize. And the Barons here with this new look. What comps are you expecting to see, actually? You know, you might have some experience with these players. If anyone seems to favor a certain composition, certain heroes, you know. Love to hear your opinion on this here, Big Sam.
I've seen both teams run Winstons. I've seen both teams run Rhines. I've seen teams run Wrecking Balls. The most favorable one I think I've seen people run are going to be the days between the Wrecking Ball / Winston / Diva and a Tracer Sombra with like a Lucio Kiriko Zen composition. But it's going to be anyone's game.
All right, we did just get the word. Our next map here is going to be Oasis. And Oasis is kind of one of those maps where you can play almost any composition, depending on what point we go to, of course. But it does lead to a big variety. It's kind of up there, in my opinion, in Lijiang Tower in that regard. You know, you have the inside in terms of University. You can see that Reinhardt Brawl, perhaps or Ramatra as well. But then you got that more open city center and garden where you can see that Winston Brawl composition we've seen a lot in Pro-Am so far. Should be interesting to see where we exactly go here on Oasis on our first point and what comps we're going to see. So I honestly am hoping to see all 3 points on this map, like you said. I want to see a map 5 banger. I want to see all 3 points on Oasis. I want to see all these teams pulling out all the stops because, again, this is single elim. This is their tournament lives on the line.
It is. This is, you know, the whole shebang. This is a win in advance. You know, lose and go home. So both teams something to play for. So we're in for a treat. No idea what we're going to see between these teams, but what can I say? We could see any team composition. We can see anything between these two teams. It's truly anyone's guess until they pick their heroes and they come out of spawn.
Yeah, anyone's guess here, but we're going to be starting out here on City Center, so you could be seeing a part of a Brawl composition, a bit of a Reinhardt composition, or perhaps even Winston. But it looks like, I mean, I have been baited before by teams and spawns doing some random shenanigans, so I won't exactly call it this as of yet, but I wouldn't be surprised to see this Wrecking Ball Echo composition kind of sticking around. If you're expecting this, you know, maybe on the Junker Queen here, could be, it's playable, especially if you control that high ground, as well as how City Center kind of middle operates. You can just hang there and stall a point for so long. So having that Junker Queen there for sustainability could be the play, as it looks like that might be what Barons are running out on. Yes, they're sticking with it for now, and the Wrecking Ball is going to come out here for Aces as well. So it is going to be quite a differential competition between these two teams. More sustainable Brawl here for the Barons, and then the more dive competition here from Aces. But the quick high ground control here from Stingy on the Wrecking Ball, looking to get some potential movement, but Mady kind of locked out here, looking for potential pick. Force a recall early out of Spriggan, but the Suzu as well. So pretty good start here right now for the Barons as they do make their way over to the point. Not quite going to find anything just as of yet, but we do have the Ball and Tracer being a bit annoying right now. Reaper Force is forced to raid. But this is such a scrappy fight right now. A lot of 1v1s taking place around the point right now, would seem to favor the Aces competition. But it looks like the Barons are just sustaining them right now on point. The TT is forced as well. Mady falls very low here, but Stingy's going to fall down first. We do have that Wrecking Ball out of the fight, so the point presence is going to be very minimal here. The far side of Aces, it's up to Spriggan to go around Ospreys, would be annoying, but Artho is going to hit the headshot on the Icicle to the dome, and it looks like the Barons are going to get this first flip and send Aces packing early.
A new dawn for you.
That was a very interesting, good, clean, good first engagement by everybody. I figured we were gonna get the wrecking ball, but I didn't see Matey coming out on the Joker Queen, so that threw me off. But being how volley this competition is, it might relate to problems with the dog.
Yeah, but this change over to Risa could be a help, but a great again. Ortho is hitting these really nice shots with the May. Another one. Apparently, the Echo Mercy counter is the May right clicks here from Artho. Going huge right now on this unorthodox pick here. Another final blow. Artho is going crazy right now. Has the Blizzard. Look at this. Another swap as well, spreading over to the Mays themselves. But the ult's building up here for Barons.
It looks like there's a swap coming in right here from the Lucio. Right now, if I'm aces, I would try to match the balls. The PD's got to get some good.
And here comes the Reaper. That Blossom and finds three! A huge one! The ace is stolen by Matey, but it doesn't seem to matter. As Chubbs has hit a huge Reaper ultimate, the Death Blossom delivered right to their door, but it's not even Valentine's Day. And that's a great fight win for Barons. They are so coordinated right now.
The Barons look like a completely coordinated team right here. They have ult still can work with, and they've been dominating this whole quarter. The first point, so they look like a single control, and the coordination is very much the same.
Here comes the consideration as well as the Blizzard. An early pick here on the support line is gone. And it looks like we're going to get another reset here from Aces, but at 90% and counting, Barons have yet to use their beat as well as a Rampage. This will look like quite the sweep here on our first point for Barons.
It looks like, honestly, they didn't even need it so far in this point, in these team fight, these engagements. So, very good coordination, very good teams so far. And that's it.
Yeah, they can't even touch. That's... I mean, we called the Mat 5 banger, but that's a great start here for Barons. They run out on that unorthodox, I guess, as we were saying, Joker Queen style. We don't see very often, but that's to stay in the points that won that first point. And on City Center, if you can hold that down, you're definitely in a pretty good spot. But see if there's going to be any adaptations here out from Aces as we go over to Gardens. It is going to be more outside, more outdoorsy, but looks like they're going for the more brawly style with the Reinhardt here. Potentially is trying to overpower this Joker Queen.
Oh, I'm your queen.
Looks like, ooh, Stingy going on a Ryan now. So trying to go for a Ryan brawl. Kind of interesting. So, looks like Aces going to try to match up brawl for brawl. But Matey was really, really good on the Joker Queen last time. So, kind of interesting what they're going to try to do here and how these teams are going to engage this with two different kind of brawl style. They're really going to trade for poke damage from the pack side.
But Wall not quite going to find the lock up there, but Foxy could go down early. And here goes a very aggressive charge in by Stingy, but it's going to be 1-for-1 trade right now, so it's pretty even on the point, but Stingy's alone right now, needs some help, he's getting walked down by Chubbs. Some assistance is definitely needed, but Matey is there in the fight to return the favor. Monkey Boy is another kill there, it's 2 for Monkey Boy, this Lucio. The score on combat is huge, but it's still a 2-for-2 right now. So even right now, but the state for Reinhardt could be huge, a nice Suzu. Will keep Matey in his fight, and here comes the scream, but the charge is there! On the Matey, locks him down, but Matey gets the kill, you're not stuck in this room with me. Alright, I guess another way around, but it doesn't matter. As Ortho has returned to the point of getting booted up early, finds that kill, but Matey is kind of the hero of that play right there.
That was a very drawn out team fight. Matey's getting a lot of bolt charge and a lot of good picks right now. I don't want to say tank diff right off the bat, but Matey's putting a lot of work in getting a lot of big melees and helping his supports out with the follow damage with his DPS. So, very good so far for Matey and the Joker Queen.
Yeah, like unorthodox. I guess we haven't seen too much of it recently in the competitive scene, but Matey's making it work and making it work very well. Nice opening pick there on the Artho, though, so the May out of the fight. It allows Swinging to get a lot more aggressive here on the Reinhardt, but they do force out Proxy Retaliate very early. But freaking, we'll find Chose well. Both DPS are down for Barons right now. Here comes like the Casino Rush out from Dr. Drew, trying to get something done, potentially turning here, but Matey's gonna find Proxy. Shatter comes down, not gonna find anybody on the floor. And the 2 picks coming in here for Barons, so it could be turnable here. As a nice axe there, the Casino Rush is still up, but Stingy finds Artho on the return on the Tracer. So no DPS, still Stingy trying to swing around, but Matey again, the hero on the Joker Queen, putting in so much work.
Man, that was just a massively nutty team fight engaged so long. Very good job by Barons, really didn't lose anybody, good coordination. And Matey was just in there swinging the hammer. Now Stingy goes over to the Winston, which is very interesting. They're going to try to keep him involved for ball, but the last time he went Winston, it didn't really work out so well, so I don't know what people are thinking, but so far Barons just like, they're just like a better team, more coordinated team.
comes the beat out from Monkey Boy here as the engage called in by Baron's Aces. Does able to eat that aggression up and stay alive, but they do not force out Proxy to Mortality Field. It does not matter if Proxy goes down right after that. We do have the Death Blossom here from Spring if they decide to invest it, but looks like he's going to rotate towards the fourth right now. But Monkey Boy's going to fall to Arthur, so it's not over just as a guess. The Death Blossom is still available here. Dodges the Axe Swing, is going to be Spring, but goes down. Dr. Dew hits the headshot. The Kunai to the Doom. But Stingy has found Dr. Dew, so it's not done just yet. But still a 2-on-2 point right now. The Tracer wins here against the Tracer Junker Queen. But we do have their turn by Chubbs, and those Death Blossom Chubbs with Nuo! Finds the Winston, finds the Tracer! And Arthur's gonna clean up Monkey Boy. Last second, Paul's gonna go long, but Roxy's not gonna find too much here. Here comes the Death Blossom, Death Blossom out from Spriggan, but only gets one. And Barons look to take Oasis here. And that's, you know, you want to say tank diff, but matey on this Junker Queen. I don't know if they died the entire game. Great start for the Barons so far. Great teamwork. I can't say tank diff because behind every great tank in better support line. Yeah. 27-0. He just confirmed it for me. Just like you saw there, Chubbs with the huge 3K on that Death Blossom that basically shield up City Center for them there. And you know, we said this game would be pretty close with the map differential and the record diff looking very similar, but as of right now, Baron's coming out swinging strong, and I'm not saying swinging only because the Junker Queen pick. They are coming out here and dominating so far.
Yeah, they were. Like I said, both. The biggest thing is you only have one tank, so you don't know what you're getting. And I think right there, the Junker Queen maybe threw aces off, going, Junker Queen comp with a Reaper, and go Brawl with a Lucio, speed boosting him. And I think they were not expecting it. And Baron said, match our aggression, match our intensity. If you can't, we were going to steamroll you. And like you said, I don't think the Junker Queen died not even one time. That is very good, smart play by the tank to stay alive. Very good resource management by the supports to keep the tank going, and just overall good team synergy and coordination. So hats off to Baron. That was a really, I would say, almost complete great first round of how to play a brawl and how to keep your tank up and how to keep these team fights engagements and stuff like that. So very good, solid round by Barons. So we'll see what happens in the next round. Maybe we try to go Junker Queen v Junker Queen, or maybe try to match the brawl, or maybe do like a dual flyer in the sky. Maybe we'll see what happens.
I mean, it doesn't matter how many flyers you had. He had Arthur and the May hitting the headshots in the icicles, taking him out of the sky, locking him down. Didn't even matter. So yeah, we'll have to see exactly what we're gonna see adaptation-wise here for Aces. I mean, okay, so we will see what is gonna be on the other side of this break. Don't go anywhere, guys. Console League Gaming Diamond playoffs continue after this break. And welcome everybody, I'm back in here to map 2 of our Console League Gaming Diamond playoffs match between the Barons and the Aces. We are going to be going into King's Row here. So, you know, we saw the brawling style work really well for Barons, but Aces decided to take them right back there. We saw them pick the Rhine composition on Oasis Gardens, so potentially something they want to use here to their advantage on King's Row, but the Junker Queen can still work here pretty well. Will we see Barons push it up, or just if it ain't broke, don't fix it?
This is King's Row is a very interesting map. You could see a Winston dive for the first part. It can go to a Rhyme Brawl. It can go to a Wrecking Ball to go behind them. You could even see at the end of it a Roadhog to hook and pull off the map. So you could see you can see many different combinations of team compositions come in. But yeah, normally you want to go Brawl, so I could easily see the Junker Queen getting picked, the Rhine getting picked, the May, Cassidy, or Reaper getting picked, a Lucio and a Kiriko getting picked. So I'm expecting both teams maybe just go pure Brawl. If they go Dive, I could see it. Will it be effective? I'm not sure, but I can see both teams running a Brawl pretty much right out the gate.
Will we see that May Bastion? That's definitely what I'm looking forward to. We can see that May Bastion and Reinhardt, and potentially the Baptiste. Of course, Baptiste getting those buffs recently is making it a little more viable against the Kiriko. But Kiri's still very good, especially alongside a Junker Queen. Pair him up very well with the Kutsuni Rush and the Suzu. So let's see what we see like we saw on going into King's Row. You can play almost anything. On point A, once you get towards point C, it gets pretty tough to run that Winston I would know. My main tank player who's forced to play Winston and scrims on point C at Kings Row. Disaster. But we'll have to see exactly if the Aces wanted to use that Reinhardt comes in weekend. We saw them try to use on Oasis Gardens, but it didn't work out exactly the best in the face of the Junker Queen. But, of course, heading in here, we are going to have Aces on their attack first. We'll see if they can set themselves a good time bank here and not do a quick at point in this best of 5 series and Diamond playoffs here, constantly gaming.
You know, I know we're talking about Brawl. We could legitimately see a Widow v Widow duel coming out, or at least the Widow on offense try to get the early scope hit and then swap off to something else. So that is a thing we could possibly see if one of these DPS guys can play the Widow and able to get a good pick off.
Some of my favorite bombs are extraordinary.
And let's say, if Stingy runs out of this, I do not envy their position, because Mate is going to be playing that Ramatra, and, you know, your entire thing as Reinhardt is you got a big shield, and it's just worthless, because, you know, Ramatra's got a really cool ability that allows you to punch through shields. Great character design, by the way, Blizzard. I'm not a Reinhardt one trick at all, not salty whatsoever. But, moving out here is going to be the Ramatra style, but we do have the Mei coming up from Monkey Boy, but no Bastion. We are sticking with the Cassidy here at the beginning here, as Aces are starting to walk through, but a nice trap early! Spriggan's gonna go down, but a huge 4-man anti-force on Immortality early, and the charge comes in for the sleep. Dr. Do is putting on a masterclass on Flexport so far this series. Almost on fireman based off of one ability, but great start right now so far for the Barons on defense.
The important thing is to keep learning.
This'll tickle their feet.
He perhaps might have lost Big Sam, I'm not sure, but we can look at the ultimate thing up here. Chubbs another trap triggers. Stingy just get the charge out of spawn right into that thing, but made it in for that annihilation very quickly. The slow is there. Monkey Boy forced to use that block very early. Any retaliation field invested as well from Zex. Mady is going to go down though, so a great start here by Aces. The charge in from Stingy going very aggressive here in the back. It's a 1-for-1, but you take that trade over onto Mady A&D. Here comes a flight tiger through Hotel, looking for the kill against Fine and Stingy. The flame strike not quite fast enough. And we do have Monkey Boy in the trap. Chubbs on the Junkrat, bringing it back here for Barons. Finds 2. Zek's trying to bring it back for Aces, but it's not quite going to be enough. As the DPS here for Barons coming up strong in the first 2 episodes of Ace in King's Row. We might have lost this time. But Progress is going to start early. It's too early. Takes it for Aces. Could be what they're looking for, but a nice hit for Dr. Do. The re-engage here with the beat from Foxy. Aces do not want to lose this momentum they have here on this point. And this is going to be a desperation punching contested at the end. But yeah, Chubb's not going to touch the point, and they are going to cap the point A here. 4.5 minutes here for Aces as they start to move forward here. Potentially get these staggers out. Sleep from Dr. Do, not quite to land. But I don't think they're going to chase this right now.
That was a very good effort. They're going to get that point across. It's now, I think, Baron's is going to start pushing. Ace is going to start pushing right here, so going to see how they're going to try to approach this. Going with the Matra ult, it's going to be very, very deadly, especially with the Reaper ult move behind him and the Whip Flare come from the side. So Aces needs to be aware of probably the moves that's coming from.
The Annihilation engage here, but the Shatter as well as the Blizzard. It's going to keep dating back for just a second longer. Time field invested as well, but May's going to go down. Mid Annihilation doesn't get quite the value they want out of that. Punch is going to go down to Zex. And a nice fight here coming out from Aces as 3 kills come out here. They didn't use the Shatter and the Blizzard, but I'd change that any day for Annihilation. A fight-winning ultimate in its own right. And the swap for Mady onto the Reinhardt now for the last fight of B.
It looks like we have maybe 50 the line, but a 90 line zero now, so it's going to be very interesting with these 2 lines, which can get the most reinforcements from the team, if they're going to build up both of them.
And Chubb's going to go down here, as it's just going to be Mady swinging on the point for landing him, but Artho the back! With 2! Artho the 3rd! And somehow Artho clutches that with a flank Death Blossom. It looks like the end of the road there
for Barons, but they bring it back. A great play coming out there from Barons.
Turn it up, turn it up.
That was a very good play. Munching's beat kept him alive, and then the Arthro's ult stopped right there. And coming in right now, you're going to literally have Nano Ryan and a Riptire from the backside versus just a beat drop on the side of Aces. So it's kind of winnable. You can somewhat stabilize and get the second point, but it might be a little hard.
Love here coming out from Stubbs' Lopez looking to drop it down on him. Do they expect this? No, do not. Roxy goes down. And the Lotho losing here even time goes does as well the charge. Not gonna find too much there for Singing. And the kills are there right now for the Barons as the defense has stabilized here at the end of B. It's just a Reaper versus a Reinhardt in the corner. But here comes his friends, the power of anime and friendship. As Dr. Duke comes in and steals that final blow.
That was a good stagger kill on Monkey on the Reaper right there. Now you're gonna have Shatter be Shatter. You're gonna have you hit this Nano in the last engagement, so the Nano can go to the Reaper, can go to the Junkrat or the Ryan after the Shatter. But Barons is in a really good position with the resource to be able to hold this for a few more minutes, a few more seconds, maybe 2 or 3 more team engagements.
Land asleep on a Monkey as they went up to try to recontest. Arthur's up there on the flank, but they've got the TP up there, but the sleep from Dr. Do stops that contest as tracks and keeps Reaper alive. But now they're going to meet him here on the stairs, looking for a bit of a brawl. Beatty has the Shatter and a huge anti-nade from Dr. Do. Forced out the peak. Banana comes down. It's going to knock down to the Shatter, but Beatty is big and meaty, and we are going to have 2 kills coming in. And Spriggan just trying to stay alive, but Artho just simply too good on the range with those shotguns. The sleep on point on a Monkey as well. Dr. Do on this Ana. You know, I thought the Kirk was impressive, but this Ana has been world class so far.
And you got a minute left on the clock. You're gonna have Riptire and Death Blossom, and Munching's gonna have the ult. You can easily beat out, just sustain you, and use cycle both your ult. 3 of the second third engagement. So then really just control this. Stingy's ult's gotta come huge, or Spriggan's gonna use his ult to spread them out.
Oh, Zex goes down to flanking Arthur in the back. We don't have this window to use anymore for the high noon. Could be Destiny change of events. The Shatter comes down. It just finds the shield, but they do find Chubbs with the high noon. The pin as well from Stingy finds Beatty. So this could be turmoil here, but Stingy is so low. Zex has to get back to the fight as quick as they can, but the beat from Munching is big. Keeps the main Reaper alive on point. The Reaper does plus a 1v1. A Monkey comes on top of the 2K, but Dr. Do responds with 2K of their own. This is Portal Combat is massive right now. Portline from the Barons is doing their best to bring it back for the team. Zex has his window though. They're trying to keep him off the point for now. But Munching has both of them for recast and Chelsea returns with the tire. Beatty, if they're swinging on point, just walk past that window, no problem. But Spriggan on the flank gets killed with a slam kill. The power drive on the tire shuts down that ultimate and this wins from Stingy. And in the final hour, point B is captured by Aces and then moving on to point C.
Yeah, they capped it, and like I said at the beginning, the dive can come out. And I think they didn't want to go dive with the Tracer Wrecking Ball, but I think they had no choice if they to cap it. But now looking, Stingy, only Winston is going to be very interesting versus Matey on the line. With the Shatter near the point, it's going to literally be an easy team fight win with a minute left on the clock. So they can have a chance to push it all the way, but it's going to be very, very tough with all these flops coming in this late.
Very aggressive push to the backline. Giants Zex out early. And that gear out fight a trade punt here for Aces to bring it back. But a good response here is 2 kills. Both defenses are down right now for the Barons. 2-on-2. One advantage right now is going to be here for the Aces. If they can get out and stay alive for as long as possible, so they are going to do so. Maybe trying to keep the space for as long as they can. But the reinforcements will be back soon for Aces. Starting to move forward here, looking for a dive on the out. I know they're around here somewhere, but it looks like Dr. Duke gets out just in time. And it appears we have Stingy looking for a bit of a setup here on this Reaper. Take on the Tiger, but Stingy full solo. Stingy, a nice Sousa comes up, but the Shatter is massive! A 2K flame strike to clean it all up! A huge play from Maney. The Suzu used and the Shatter. Bob was there.
10 seconds.
Yeah, that was a huge TJ, and that probably sealed the game right there. Huge play by Matey.
Oh, that sleep by Dr. Do almost knocked the Wrecking Ball into the pit. Just barely hit the wall there to stay alive. But Moxie does have this beat with the Nano Visors in the back. Looking for the first blow. But this Nano Visor is huge from Chop. A 4K. Can he get the ace here?
It's just me mucking the point, trying to stay alive as long as possible. No, Artho disrespectfully steals the ace from his DPS partner. And, I mean, despite being held there at point C, considering how it looked on A and B, sometimes Ace should be pretty happy with that push. It's very winnable now.
It is very winnable. Chubbs with a huge ults right there at the end. First as the Junkrat, then as the Soldier. Very good. Spriggan was popping off as the Tracer, but Barons did a very, very good job shutting him down at the very end. I think the Wrecking Ball worked for the most part, so I wouldn't mind them going back to the Wrecking Balls for a little bit, just for a little disruption. If Spriggan can come in behind the slam and follow through. Because Matey was just, the shatters at the end were just huge and massive with no shield, so we shall see what happens right here on their attack. I don't think Matey's going to stay on the Winston starting off, but we shall see.
I'd be surprised as well if he sticks on this, but you know what? Matey's been putting in the work today on whatever tank they decide to play, so maybe just showing out that hero will showing the flexibility a little bit to stream if they want. But I mean, honestly for me so far, Dr. Do has been the storyline here for Barons, putting out some great plays on the flex board, on the Q draw, on that Ana. The ability usage has just been sublime. Looks like it might be gonna go to the Ramattra. So yeah, like you said, the Winston is not long for this world row. But yeah, we did see the Aces able to hold the back this Ramattra comp quite well. So potentially could be good here for Aces as they see it return here on their attack. But they're going to have the statue given up for free here as Monkey Boy stemming in through the hotel with those Junkrat mines and the concussion mines. But Stingy feeling good, a bit aggressive here, walking forward toward the statue. Not going to find what they want here as Mighty does get that slow win and the Nemesis Form is popped. Stingy falls very low, forced to retreat a little bit as Chubbs falls to half HP and forced to retreat through statue. Nemesis Form not fighting too much, but does create some space here for the attack. A free ticket gain. But a nice anti from Dr. Do. Touch on Proxy and Stingy, the boop as well. Stingy has no shield to sync up right now and gets destroyed immediately. Somehow still alive. Lex trying to keep the Reinhardt up, not long for too much longer here. As the re-engage here with Nemesis Form and the speed boost in the back. And that's going to be Barons taking point A very quickly.
That was a very good, aggressive team push by Barons. I don't think Matey died once as the tank and kept pushing Stingy back. The Junkrat with those bombs was putting so much pressure on Stingy's shield. It was just hard to keep up. So good job by Barons. Way to work together and keep your tank up. And let's see how this push goes. Monkey Boy's tires coming up. I'm pretty sure the tires gonna try to go backside and try to at least get the support. Just maybe the Ana.
Arthur looking for a bit of a flank here, but they might have potentially sniff that one out. Dr. D's also flanking for potentially another huge anti-nade through the alley. Well, the tire from Monkey Boy looking for any picks here, looking for somebody, finds the Ana in the alley and takes him down. But Stingy has been trade out. Matey pushing up through the stairs will find that kill on the enemy Ramattra, so it is a 1-for-1. And Dr. Do's the only casualty of that tire. Now the car continues to push forward here as the camera holds space out Stingy.
Looking for their full 5v5 for they engage back into this, and looks like my guess is they're going to try to do nano annihilation on the side of Barons, but I would be I guess I'm just electric cowboy or the side of Aces.
Zero looking forward. Chubbs gets the opening blow here on the opposite number of Monkey Boy. The Junkrat's gone by. Here comes the High Noon. It just creates some space and forces Barons to retreat for just a second here. Not gonna find anything on the shoot, but the Wraith Form as well from Arthur just gets out scot-free. Of that High Noon and the Nano Cowboy. Really gets nothing there. Foxy still has this beat for potentially a recent test, but here comes the Nano. The Nano Annihilation in the back. The beat can only withstand so much pressure. As Matey going aggressive here, finds two with the punches. And I mean, that's just empty to the Foxy. Only so much you can do with that beat. And they're going to go even further in here with another Nemesis Form. Chubbs cleaning up the kill feed right now. Chubbs and munching. Making some final kills there. And oh, it's 5 minutes here remaining and 31 meters to go. You got to feel pretty good if you're Barons right now heading into this.
More than likely, I think Arthur is going to try to Wraith Form behind them, and they least expect it with no really support ults or defense ults. The Death Blast behind is going to kill the Lucio, Ana, and I think they're just going to fully be able to do the players, and that's going to be it, and Barons could be up 2-0. The
Monkey
tire
Boy with the tire, but he's taken down by
huge.
Chug. But Matey is gonna get responded, but Spriggan with the headshot. The lumberjack is in, ladies and gentlemen. Hanzo's on the field. Finds Artho, sends him back in the middle of that ultimate. So not bad there for Ace. It's a good start for the defense here on point C, taking out that Death Blossom, the flank Death Blossom. So, and the only exchange for a tire, so pretty good. Cubs ball so weak here. Matey continues to push forward here. With the trap from Monkey Boy, locks down Matey. Friggin' with the sword of on a sub annihilation on the point. It's a 2-1. And it appears that Baron's getting sent packing yet again. As where was this Aces for the first 2 points? This is looking excellent so far for them on point C.
That was a very good team kill right there. You see now why Ramacho's being heavily picked, and you see Matey switches to the Diva now. Interesting. Yeah, Aces got some momentum going, got the stop with 340 in the front, but they need some momentum, some stuff to work with, try to hold this and tie this stuff into one. And we shall see what happens on this next engagement that Barons will try to do.
Dragon comes in for Spriggan, just on the card, not gonna find Manther, does force through the space. Jumps however on the high ground, using that tire, drops it down, and finds 2! Both DPS are down! As Aces are, it looks like it's oh, jumps! Jumps gets 3! And by the way, the Nano on the Stingy on the point. This tries it as long as possible, but Ace's hopes are dwindling along with Stingy's health bar. And Barons are gonna send us to match point here in our Diamond Single Elimination Tournament Plus and Constantly Gaming. Our Ace is going home. It can't be.
Here you see the play of the game. Here's the soldier from Chubbs that held it last. That last defense, letting him get the quad kill. Very good play right by Chubbs. Popping off in the series as here as a soldier in the Junkrat. He's putting a lot of effort into it. And probably one of the main reasons why Barons is up 2-0 in this best of 5. So they're 1 map away from winning and advancing.
Well, we'll have to see what Aces can pull out of their hat. Do they have an ace up their sleeve? Haha, by the way. It is going to be a reverse sweep if they need to bring it out. Their tournament lives are on the line, but don't go anywhere. We'll see how you guys get on our side of this break. Hello everybody, and welcome on back here to the Counter Gaming League Diamond Playoffs match between the Barons and the Aces. Barons taking us to match point right now, up 2-0. The Kings Row was a lot closer than Oasis at some points, but let's see what change we're going to see out from Aces here, because they need to pull out the reverse sweep to keep the tournament lives alive. And it is going to be Havana as our next map. Do we expect to see some like double sniper compositions, maybe like a Sigma spam, or do we see kind of the same thing we've seen in the entire series so far right now, Sam?
It's kind of hard to say because you have a long range. You can see a Widow and Hanzo DPS. You could also see the Wrecking Ball dive come back in. If I'm Barons, the Ramatra is working, so I see if it ain't broke, why fix it? I see the brawl working for them. As for Aces, if you have a confident Widow to go with your Hanzo, you might want to consider doing that for long range damage and hit scan and get the pigs from afar and then try to rush up the middle and then try to start snowballing these team fights and getting some momentum going your way. So that's a thing. It's going to be anyone's ball game. So we shall see what both teams play. I wouldn't even be surprised if we saw Sigma v Sigma with the way these shields can be placed and with the rocks and the accretion throws. So we shall see when both teams are going to roll with. Anything's possible.
And yeah, we do have some substitutions as well to speak on. For the size of Aces, we got PD and Solar Shock coming on in, and for Baron's Bowshell makes their first appearance here in the series. So potentially what Aces needed was just a quick comp swap, and just like you said, just one fight here and there. Just need get some momentum building for the series, because now you gotta win every map. You know, it's gotta be a 3-0 sweep in your favor here. It's a new game, new day, and so see if Aces can bring it back here, keep that mental strong and alive, or if they'll go out of the tournament here kicking and screaming. But I don't see Baron sticking with this comp here. The Winston is not something you see very often on Havana. But in terms of Aces, you have this kind of long-range hit scan duo here of the Sojourn as well as the Widowmaker. Well, actually, maybe Spring switch the Hanzo. The Sojourn isn't working, but honestly, a pretty good comp looking for them right now, especially that Zenyatta put on some damage as well as the Discord Orbs.
Yeah, I call it the Sigma v Sigma. So this is gonna be a very interesting tank duel right here. Which now we have a different tank for aces with Solar going against Matey. But my guess is Arthur's gonna try to come in that back line and try to get some pickoffs, and Boshell's gonna try to get the long range hit. It's gonna be up to PD so he can stop him.
Yeah, we got double flex support on both sides, but different support's very low is Matey, but Boshell responds as a 1-for-1. But Matey going down the front line, nobody really put pressure on that cart. However, Arthur, like you said, made his way in the back line right now, forcing off his DPS off this high ground, off main. But cart can continue to move forward a little bit here, but Boshell's being walked down right now by Solar Shock. Right down main, Spriggan as well, setting Athro to meet up with their tank and another DPS partner. As it appears, the aces are holding out strong here pretty early right now, Spriggan with the slow orb kill on a Munching of all things. And it appears that Barons have really no answer right now so far for the double long range hit scan.
Looks like the long range hit scans are working right now for aces. So Barons might need to swap some things up. But right now, Spriggan, you can't get those loaded railgun shots going because yes, she got nerfed, but Sojourn's still really good. And right now, both tanks. Solar's getting a little more roll charge than Matey, so right now, kind of working in Ace's favor a little bit. Just trying to get some momentum little by little.
And yeah, Matey making a swap over from the Sigma over onto the Winston here, potentially kill that high ground a little easier. And a dive in with Arthur, but Arthur falls so low and Arthur goes down yet again. Arthur really can't do too much here in the backline, being pressured very heavily right now. As Boshell takes a shot as well from PD. So the cart is still moving forward a little bit as of right now. However, Matey drives on here with that bubble, but gets melted almost immediately as PD has found the Widowmaker kill as well. So Aces, this look for them looking pretty good so far right now as Arthur trying to stay alive as long as possible. Boshell swapping over as well as Matey here. New comp, new look for Barons here. The 1 minute 49 remaining in the time bank.
Yeah, Aces is like a pretty different team. It's like a big team from parts, just helping out. We picked the Sigmas up and Solo was very comfortable picking out. Maybe might have an advantage. Right now, the supports really haven't done anything for like either team. So looking forward to seeing what these teams could do. And seeing if Aces can hold them. Right here, Barons are getting a little more cart pushy.
Yeah, Arthur is in the back right now looking for a bit of damage here. Has that pulse bomb trying to force a tally field out from Proxy. Proxy, very good so far, holding this so far. Matey's gonna find Sexual, so it's a great start here as Matey has found 2. A third there for the tank. The dive comes in here. Even Tidy Field doesn't play on this, simply a little too much there from Proxy. Can't keep the team alive. Solar Shock on the point. Did use their Gorilla Flux, but no kills came out of the end of it. Matey trying to get this ace here. Can they? Will they allow him to get it? No, Artho with another steal of the ace. And it appears that might be point A right now for Barons. But aces, like we said, looking a lot better so far in Havana.
Yeah, Ace is playing a whole lot better on this type of map. I think the swap to the Widows have helped out a lot. And that was a very good hold for their first 2 maps, so they're getting better, or maybe getting a little more coordination, or figuring out Baron's strategy. So, some things they can build on, and we'll see what they can do in this second point with the different key angles.
Second point here, whole new game. Munching will be close to that Casino Rush here for the high ground control. Boshell flying very low here. Spriggan got that charge shot onto there, out from the number. Matey takes control over here of the distilleries. But as of right now, can't do too much. It gets spammed down from all angles. D-Man just only looks one way. Solar Shock is forced to use that connect grass, however, so force it back up a little bit. But the controller, they use the attack field and Transcends for 1 pulse bomb. Artho finding the value here with that ultimate. And now Matey's gonna get very aggressive here on the back of it with that self-destruct. Will it get anything? No, but it does force the clearing of the high ground. Munching use the Casino Rush as well. Overclock, investor by Boshell. A lot of ultimates right now from Barons, but they're getting the heals, they're getting the space. 2 kills right now so far. May's gonna lose out on that neck, but doesn't matter as Boshell has found another one. The charge shot going wide here for Boshell, but it does not matter. Gets the kill at the end of the day. And Barons yet again pushing this forward slowly but surely. This point's approaching the end of B. They might have gotten another touch.
Barons is probably going to get this right here. PD's going to try to touch it with the Tracer, but Barons looks like they're in complete control right now. And Munching switches over to the Zenyatta to bring it for a little more DPS power. Go with Boshell and Arthur.
PD forced to use that recall early, and then Dr. Do gets the kill at the end of the day, forcing the attack field as well as a Tracer kill. Solar Shock, closest Gravitic Flux could be turnable here. Zex has found out on the Bow Shell, so it doesn't work for one on DPS. And we'd still have this winner comes out from Proxy. He's over in the back lines, bringing on a bit of a help here for the team, but 2 kills here. Solar and Proxy might just close this out here as Matey gets nano boosted. However, it's going to give the Veggies left here. It looks like it'd be good here as Matey loses out on the mech there last second. As Proxy is going to get that final blow. And I think they've got this here. It is just both DPS back here right now for Barons, but it's going to be Solar Shock and Proxy on point. So as long as they don't C9, they stabilize yet again.
So this is just a big drawn out team fight right here. It's just going back and forth. Baron's trying to cap it. Brings both the dominant. Aces is holding on for dear life, trying to be able to keep the playoff hopes alive.
Great start there from PD, finding that pulse mode kill on a Munching. Getting that break out of the fight early now, it allows him to get very aggressive here in the back line, but PD with another. PD, the DPS here for Ace is coming alive on Havana, and it looks like that probably will be it, unless Arthur can get a clutch pulse bomb here at the final second, but you're walking to overclock, it's going to be pretty tough.
10 seconds remaining.
The overclock will be a huge ability right here, and it can hold him if needed. It's so devastating ultimate ability in the game.
Yeah, Pedian springing yet again, finding 2 kills here to start off. Zek's going to get the kill P as well to join the party. And it's just a desperation touch on the cart right now for Munching, but that's going to be the end of the day. Arthur not even allowed to use that desperation pulse bomb. And Ace is looking a lot better here on their map choice of Havana. The swabs here looking spicy, especially PD on this Tracer. Looking very good so far. And Widow.
Yeah. That was a very good defensive showing by Aces. Spriggan's putting a lot of work in right here. So I think the whole Sojourn Widow really worked for them defensively. That was probably their best defensive showing. And it forced Barons to do adjust their strategy a couple of times. So hats off to Aces. That's what they can do on offense, because basically they get it to the second point. They'll take this and still be down 2-1. And maybe start a reverse sweep or try to start getting some momentum. Like I said, little by little, team fight by team fight. So we'll see what they try to do on this attack.
Hey, I mean, in their mind, it's 0-0. The score is 0-0 right now. Looking for that 3-0 sweep over the Barons, and they came out looking very strong so far on their initial defense. And if it wasn't for kind of a hero play at the end of A, which got them to open that up, they could have full held. So I think a great look for them so far, especially if PD can yet again open things up on this Widowmaker, find those headshots. This PD and Spriggan DPS line is looking very stellar on this long range, this kind of like double hit scan comp, and Solar Shock has been very, it hasn't had like a big pop-off moment or anything, but has just stayed alive and done his job as tank, so a great showing from him so far as well. The new subs coming in here and having some strong performances early.
Solar's done really solid on the tank this round so far. Matey's been really solid for Barons, so both teams again still look evenly matched at most points during this team fight engagement.
And it is going to be that spawn hold look here from the Baron, trying to get as much time off as possible. But the Bastion has emerged here. The pin from Matey puts him into a really awkward spot. The attack fields are exchanged, but Matey just goes out of the range of theirs. And it looks like this is probably going to be the opening of point A. However, Dr. Do, not to be outdone, will find PD. Gets that far out of the sky. And now Artho is completely uncontested right now for the moment, just pelting in some rockets from high. And they haven't quite opened this up just as of yet. However, Solar Shot building towards that. Now you see very quickly here. A lot of ults building up right now. And Dr. Do again finds another kill, but Dr. Do finally taken down by Zex. And that will be it. I think I can confidently say that now. As the pin in from Matey, returning from spawn. Yep, just a free 625 ult charge for the boys over at Ace, and we appreciate that, Matey. But it looks like we'll probably see some swaps here from Barons, because the spawn hold is officially over. You did get a man off the clock. Not bad.
And that was a good hold right there. A lot of teams do that spawn camp advantage right there. It's just to milk as much clock as they can. So good for Barons to try to milk that clock as long as they could without getting any pushes. So very smart strategy. When they do start pushing it, they can get a good position on the cart. But you hold it for so long, and time is of the essence on these push maps, because you blink and you're like a minute left, and you have to adjust your strategy to be more aggressive at the point. So Good job by doing for doing. No, he's got the momentum going away. So let's see if we can continue it going.
Solar Shot's going very aggressive here in the back line. We'll find one with the Nemesis 4, but PD with that high noon will find the kill on Arthur, the one that truly matters. Get that power nuisance out of the sky. They still have Annihilation, they still have Window, but that's going to be point A cracked open. And Aces. I'm not much of a prognosticator. I said this in a map break, but I'm going to say it. I think they're going to map 4. It was looking pretty darn good for them so far, and they got some ults to focus through. Perhaps I would just cast a curse them though. But here comes the Annihilation. Oh, Solar Shock? Did he cancel it? This ended immediately. The Suzu comes out here early from Dr. Do as they teleport in. However, they're fine, just kind of 1-for-1 trades out, but a lot of ults being changed. PD with 2, PD with a 3rd, PD on the cast, high ground. PD with a 4, PD! And PD get the ace here. Oh, just taken out by Munching, but Solar Shock finishes the job. But that's going to be another fight when they're for Aces.
Very good attacks right here. PD's popping off right now. Aces looks like a completely different team right now. And so now Aces just has so much momentum right now. Barons might be reeling a little bit. If Aces can continue this, we may have a new series on our hands.
Rock's using that window on the high ground right now, claims that space for them, not allowing Maiden to push out here on the Arista, but the attack field is used as well, so that's gone. However, here comes the artillery strike out from Spriggan, but Proc does not need the window to tank. It's the kill and Solar Shock pushing forward here, trying to get some kills, not gonna find anything but, I mean, just look at Solar Shock just taking so much space right now, clearing it for the squad. Also, gets so aggressive for Spriggan on the turret form, allowed to clean up these kills. PD has the hide in, they have Transcendence as well, and the stagger could be huge. Dr. Do will find PD though. The Suzu invested, and now here comes the last second punches coming out. Dex has this Transcendence. Do they decide to use it here as Dr. Duke goes down to Proxy, support all combat, and the winner is going to be the Baptiste there. The Nemesis form, trying to put down Mady. Mady using the ult, but not going to get anything out of it. He's taken down before they can cast it. And yep, that's going to be Aces. And like you said, we might have a whole new series on our hand here, Sam. This is looking a lot better for a side of Aces. I mean, they're still going somehow. Munching doing his best solid snake impression, but gets found out immediately. And Aces not going down without a fight. No sweeps here today.
Maybe the swaps helped, and they just look like a favorite team from the first 2 maps. Here you see our play of the game is the Cassidy.
This is that 4K. Is looking crisp and looking clean on the aim there on the Cassidy and the Widowmaker as well. So, I mean, this could be what Aces need. Just these 2 swaps coming in, just some new fresh blood. You know, you're not tilted because you're out the bench, you didn't play anything. So, you come in, fresh mindset, and now you got that 1-0 advantage in your head. You know, that sweep is 2 steps away. So, it can be done. Aces not going down without a fight, and you love to see it because even though it is Tournament Life's Online single elim, you don't want to see somebody going out like that. So, I think a great look from Aces so far. And Barons, they got to be the one to adjust now.
Yeah. Like I said at the beginning, I thought the Widowmaker, the long-range hit scan, can make a difference, and it did make a difference on both teams. And apparently it worked for Aces. So, maybe a little spark of life for them. Maybe the swaps help. Maybe the whole, we can finally do long-range hit scan. So, very good for them. So, let's see. I think it's... All right, so, yeah, that was very, very good. I think they finally pushed Barons a little bit. Maybe got a little more aggressive than they realized. And Barons tried to adjust and couldn't adjust. So, good job by Aces. Hey, get some team fight wins. Get some momentum. Hey, it's 0-0 going in. Hey, we're up 1-0 in our minds. Realistically, it's 2-1, but in their minds, it's 1-0. We got momentum. You got to pick a map. We kind of have some things we can work with now. So we might have a brand new series on our hands.
I'd love to see if this momentum continues here on our side of this break. Don't go anywhere. Console Gaming continues after this. And welcome on back here to Console League Gaming. We got ourselves, hopefully, a new banger on the horizon after the Aces come back here and shows us some signs of life on Havana. And it is going to be New Queen Street is going to be our 4th map. And now, when you look at Push, it's kind of a map that, we've been saying build momentum this entire series, but Push is all about momentum. If you can win that first fight, you basically win the map. So, can Aces do that? And brings to map 5. Wait and see.
Well, Well, last time the Widow worked, the Sojourn worked, New Queen Street, you got a lot of high ground. You got a lot of cheeky angles. It could work for aces. We could see probably Ramatra v Ramatra, probably a Lucio Anna for both supports. Then again, you could see a Junkrat to spam it. You can see a May Icewall. We could see long range brawl versus brawl. So we could see almost anything between these two teams. So I would not be surprised at all what we're going to get until we get into the game and see. But I would be very surprised if both teams either try to run a Wrecking Ball, Deep, or Winston. I'm thinking we're going to pretty much be Ramatra or Ryan. Maybe Junker Queen, but I'm at least Ramatra / Ryan.
If we can get some more Matey Junker Queen, I'm all for it. That was a great display on Oasis, so yeah, we'll have to see what they're going to decide to run it here, because I think New Queen Street, not really a dive-friendly map, but all those brawl styles could definitely work. The Orisa, the Reinhardt, Ramatra, Junker Queen, anything really that can fight on point, definitely works here. So maybe we'll see kind of the strength on strength. We'll see the Sojourn perhaps from Spriggan. If PD stays in, I believe it does. I see the Cassie from them to fight on point. So hopefully Ace is coming here kind of with some new fresh blood, and we see the Barons we saw the first two maps, that very strong looking team. So hopefully we get the best of both worlds. And speaking selfishly, of course, I want to see a map 5 so we can keep going here. But I'm guessing all the Barons fans out there aren't very much agreeing with me on that one.
Yeah, we want to see. We all like playoffs. We like the map 5s. We like extended time. We want to see the best teams play to their best abilities. So yeah, we're kind of biased. We want to see the map 5, but we also want to see good Overwatch, which is what we're here to see, which is the content that people want. So yeah, going back to what I said at the beginning, this is anyone's series. I mean, the first map was completely one-sided. The second map was, more or less almost dead even. Then the third, as we just saw, was almost kind of sided at times. So both teams are literally close to each other. Like skill gap wise, they're probably very close to each other. If there's a difference between them, it is not much. So, like I said, at the beginning, we're in for a treat. This is map 4. Could we see map 5? Maybe, but who knows? That's why we're here.
Certainly hope so. I mean, especially with push, it's kind of a map that can go either way. Any team can win push any day of the week. You just got to win that one fight, got to get a good pick here to start off with. And as long as you can build up momentum, build that bot push, it's really hard to come back on push. It's people always said that 2 CP kind of sucked. Well, here comes push to introduce you to another game mode that you really can't win. The only advantage here is it's limited 10 minutes over 2 CP. But as we see going in here, we're going to start up on New Queen Street going on here into the map. We are here ready to go. The beautiful snowy wasteland of Canada reminds me of my home right outside my backyard. But the swap coming out here from the side of Aces, we are going to have Monkey Boy coming in here to play the tank role. Something we saw not from them so far. We saw the I can't think of their name now. Solar come in here last map and have a great performance. So surprised to see him get subbed out here, but perhaps more known for that Sigma, more famous style, not really a brawly tank. But Boshell is going to stay in here for the Barons. Surprised not to see Chubbs get subbed back on in here, but hey, who knows?
Yeah, both teams are going to be running with Monkey. Yeah, Barons is going to go probably back to their bread and butter from the first round that worked for them so well. So this is going to be it. This is Aces win and go to map 5. This is Barons survive and advance.
Survive and advance to face off, I believe, against the Pack next round. So still getting ready for that one, but you get a match ahead of you here. You got to still win this one. The boot comes through on the Boshell by Monkey Boy. A great start here so far for the Barons, but a pretty aggressive push in from Matey, but the TP from Zex goes back to their team, stays alive, and Matey's kind of stuck in no man's land. This very split team play right now coming through from the Barons. That's going to take advantage here from Aces, as looking to get some disruption swinging on through here. Munchkin's going to get hacked on up. Matey falling so weak here, forced to use that shot to retreat, but a nice hack from Spriggan. He's gonna lock down the Junker Queen. The Suzu, but Petey, oh my lord! The shotgun to the face! There by Matey. Losing out on 2 here for the Aces. It looked good to begin with, but the Barons may have brought this back. A nice knife as well on the Zex. Just trying to get out their lives, unless they are going to do so, but Aces losing that first fight.
That was a really good engagement by both teams. Monkey Boy already getting 2 E-rims right off the bat, so maybe the switch to Monkey was what Aces needed these last 2 games. So maybe get some momentum on their side.
Looking for the slam. It comes in a nice pick.
Frustrating Barons right now.
Nice pick on Lucio as well as Arthos. That's going to be 2 down. A stick as well on Matey to seal the deal. PD fighting these kills, and there you have it. 22 meters, all they're going to get. And Monkey Boy on the Wrecking Ball. Great engager to begin with as well as PD.
Yeah, Monkey Boy. We figured Monkey Boy would be on the monkey, but they're going to have mines for this engagement. This is going to be huge, and PD's already just building up pulse bombs, just being a menace to the team, to Barons. So Aces is just maybe like last game, get some momentum going, and that's all they needed. They were like a big different team.
1 for 1 in the defense of Monkey Boy's mines has found 2. Dr. Do can't quite escape that one. And I mean, it looked good to start off with because he got springing on the fight early, but this tracer ball dive looks so good so far right now from the Aces. Again, this is a completely new squad. They're gonna have EMP as well here for the next fight. They could get checkpoints.
Yeah, they
Just
could.
in case.
And now they see both teams are just trying to figure each other out.
Been compromised.
Spriggan getting the hacks off, which is what you don't want if you're Barons, because those hacks can really screw you over. And this is still Aces, slowly but surely they're getting the momentum going in their way.
It's a 4-man EMP, and Matey can't use that. Drinker cannot use the Rampage before. And they're just gonna push him up there, and that's gonna be a checkpoint. A nice hack there on a Dr. Do, but Doctor's gonna get out there. But Monkey Boy goes in for that swing. No jump all this. Oh, I mean, this is looking so good right now for Aces. You lost that first point, but I'm gonna say it another way. Piety, I think it's Piety. I'm sorry if it's PD. I'm sorry if it's Piety. We'll say it the other way for this map. Easy to say, but Piety finds 2 there on that kill. Piety uses that pulse bomb. Not gonna find it, but does force out the Suzu here from Dr. Do. But 5 ults right now for Barons for the re-engage here. But you already got checkpoint. Here comes the Rampage out from the back for the beat in there for a response. As well as continue rush on both sides. A lot of ult being pressed, a lot of Qs as well. Moshel gets a final blow. There you go. Artho finally seals the deal with the 2K Death Blossom. But a pretty costly fight there for both sides.
That was a very costly fight for Aces right there. Both support ults down versus Barons. It was very costly for them. They lost 3. But it does hit, and Munchkin hits, so they can engage with B-Drop in this next engagement, and Bushy can turn around and made the Blizzard all of them in a circle if it's available. Versus Aces,
Yeah,
just
it's
try to
Hootie
build
Blizzard
other
in
leads
this
to
comp.
mine coming up.
They can all get away. The beat comes out from Munching, but there's really no pressure. Heidi's not got the kill to Arthur. Arthur must not have got the beat. It's a 1 for 1, however, as Heidi's going to go down to Munching. The slam in from Monkey Boy has the binds on Kurt as well. The hack in on to Boshell, but able to get in that ice block just in time. The Blizzard is thrown out as well, but Boshell gets knocked into the mines. This is a very even fight right now, and you're going to take this if you're the side of Aces because he's still the Wrecking Ball alive on the point. Big slam! Dr. Do gets crunched like Mario Goomba, stomped by Monkey Boy. And this going to be another fight when here's Munching desperately trying to touch the point and get out, but not quite going to work. Art, though, just trying to get off on Boshell, so we're on the Torbjorn, the hot and cold. You know, swapping off the May over on the Torbjorn.
Damn, the turret goes down, and sudden Aces slowly but surely start losing their grip a little bit. Barons just trying to get the momentum back, but Aces is getting more for their money right here. And Aces is being very scrappy and not going down without a fight.
2-man EMP, Munching flying very low, but Munching able to stay up on the wall and stay alive somehow through all of that. The Susan was well timed as well by Dr. Do. Stops Paity's pulse one, but finding the value it looked like he's going to get. And now it looks like another fight win here for the Barons, but you did get a couple extra meters if you're Aces and you reset the points. So everybody got good spawn as well. So you're going to get an early fight here for Aces. And this is the tough part of push. You got to win so many fights in a row.
Looks that both
That comes
teams
in here
are
as well as the
still.
slam bottom Monkey Boy.
This is still in the same composition. They believe in it, and Baron just popped up a few times. I think Maiden's
Mighty does find
has
that
got
kill
to
on
be
the
huge
bow
for
shell
them
though,
to
so a
get
great
this
start so far
momentum,
for
try to
him.
get the 2-3 pickups, not a quick, just got to start matching the phone. If not, next week we got to build open, combine all over 2 or 3 players is really going to disrupt them and make them push it away and focus more on the mid-back. It's literally a seesaw game because literally anybody's game.
And the Rampage comes in, locked on a Proxy. However, the Casino Rush, they're trying to get something done. Piety with another pulse from already somehow. Piety has found Mighty on the kill, and now it's just Dr. Do on the point. Piety with a 4K again. Piety on this Tracer. It looks so good. Why was Piety on the bench? I didn't know. What were they cooking?
Petey's just popping off right now with the Tracer, looking really solid on that pick. Good pulse bombs, good picks, good damage. Just targeting the turret that Bush shows so many times.
They stole the robot from us.
Okay, here comes the re-engage here. The mines come in as well as the Casino Rush, and Monkey Boy finds 2 at the beginning of this fight, and that's probably going to be all she wrote for this one as Mighty yet again comes in for the stabilization. Monkey Boy falls so weak than reason, but can he get out? Yes, he can! Just barely dodging Arthur's hack as well at the end there. And the bot continues to move forward. 88 meters and counting right now for the side of Aces. And you look at the ult they have beat, they're going to be close to EMP. It's a Munchkin to really kind of stabilize here with this beat. Looks to re-engage with it. Yes, all 5 members are going to get it here for the side of Barons. We're going to walk forward. This Suzu from Zex. Keep support line up nice and healthy. But no picks off the back of this beat. No real aggression gains either. They can still beat. Pity's just being annoying in the back right now, forcing Dr. Do, but Dr. Do finds the kill. It's a 3-man EMP, but the Suzu is huge. Cleanses all people who are EMP'd. And now the Molten Corner cleared the point right now. That was probably it here for Aces, forced to retreat, but yet again, an extra 20 or so meters here on that push, and 2 minutes remaining on the time bank. It's not looking good for Barons. Another pulse comes down as Bowshell goes down. It's a 1-for-1 on DPS, but Piety has returned to the fight and takes down the Orisa. We'll have to take presence here for Barons. It's going to be very hard for them to maintain this base, as the good spawn is still in favor right now here of the Aces. And they are going to get these kills, get these final blows. And it goes right back to that checkpoint. And you have mines, you have beat. There's just, it's so hard for Barons to bring it back with 1 minute remaining in the time bank.
It is hard for them to bring it back. So you can do mines and then just fall damage. This can save the ult. You can push in with the B drop to absorb a lot of the damage. Try to get a pick off or 2 and push them back to save the mines. But mine's already been popped. Let's see what happens.
And yeah, the skill orb kill by munching on the Piety. No way, answer way to shut down the Tracer, just throw the orb in their general direction where I think they're going to be and get that kill, but really unorthodox style of play coming out here for Barons with the Moira Kiriko support line and Torb Sombra DPS. They're trying out all the stops right now for this last second push. As I mean, it's just they're just being annoying on point. They force like the Cinders from Dr. Doom, they're just going to disengage here with that speed amp up from Proxy. Piety is going to go down by Matey though, so potentially turnable here for the Barons with the re-engage. Take some more space. They got to get this checkpoint here. A nice spear here up from Matey, but they get out. Proxy's still alive somehow. Proxy gets the double whammy, dodges both those fights somehow. This checkpoint is lost. However, 4 ults here for the side of Aces. The Pulse Bomb not going to find anything, but Matey is going to pull. Here comes a slam in from Monkey Boy, and that's 2 kills. They don't use anything else here. No support ults or the EMP used. And now 13 seconds remaining. I think they're going to a map 5 here, Sam.
Yeah, we gotta be going to a map 5 right here. It's just so. It's been such a good map, good games between these 2 teams. But like I said, we're gonna be in for a banger. This is best of 5. Someone called a reverse sweep if things happen. Things are happening. As you see the wrecking ball before he gets play of the game. And maybe, just maybe, the dive's working for Aces, and they may have the momentum now.
I mean, it's all about momentum. Yeah, it's just that encapsulation of push. They're all about momentum. You got those 2 fight wins, and it was just back and forth, seesaw. They can't beat you. if they can't get past you. So, I mean, that's a great look so far from Aces. You know, I'm glad they brought it back here. We're going to map 5 now. Either way, the team that wins this has earned it off the back of a lot of blood, sweat, and tears. But yeah, going to map 5 here, what COP to even pick? Because we saw the dive work out really well, and what COP maps are remaining in the pool, they can't really play this ball style. You can't play this Winston style on. So honestly, if you're Aces, you're feeling pretty darn good. You're up 2-0 in your mind. Can the sweep come through here? We'll have to wait and see. I mean, where do you even go if you're Barons? I mean, Sam, if you're the coach, Sam, put on your coaching hat for a second here. Where are you taking your boys? Where are you taking Barons to try to finish this off finally? Put these pesky Aces away.
All right. Well, first off, I have a 95% on Paris when we were in OW1, so we can't play Paris right here. Man, you could say Li Jiang. No, that's a ball map because you know the balls can spin to win.
All right, we got the confirmed by the eye in the sky. It's going to be Li Jiang, so I guess I listened to Coach Big Sam for the 1 second he said it. They're like, yeah, they're ready to type that out. So you go to Li Jiang, and you kind of hope you get Control Center. That's kind of what you're praying and praying for. Because if you get Li Jiang Garden, if you get Night Market, both ball points or dive points, and the dive will look spectacular so far by Aces.
Yeah, they're running dive. They tried running brawl. Where Barons has pretty much been a brawl/poke. In the last 2 maps, the dive has frustrated Barons. So, boom, there you have it. Oh, I didn't really predict it either. I just said Li Jiang. I didn't expect to pick Li Jiang. So, if anybody guess, I did not jinx him or tell him anything. Yeah, you want to go Gardens. If you go Garden, I see Symmetric TP straight to point, Rhine Brawl / Ramatra Brawl. If you go to Control Center, I can still see Brawl. I can still see Wrecking Ball coming out from either side. It's going to be very interesting to see what both teams are going to run right here. We could see literally any team composition. We've pretty much seen almost every tank played, except for the Roadhog and the Zarya.
Hey, I'm saying if Aces pull out the Roadhog in the reverse sweep, anything's possible.
Shoot.
But we'll have to see exactly where we're going to start on Li Jiang Tower, because like you said, you can just run anything depending on the point, of course. You can't run, dive on Control Center, but it's all kind of luck of the dice now between these two teams. Who's going to get their preferred point first? You go up 1-0 in this Li Jiang Tower, you're feeling pretty darn good by your chance of moving forward and facing the pack next round in our diamond playoffs. Of course, this is single elim, so this is the season. This is the tournament for these teams right now. This is Li Jiang Tower, and it's going to be Control Center, so Barons are thanking their lucky stars. They got their point first.
Yeah, it looks like we're going to Control Center first. So you're probably going to see Monkey on the ball, spin to win in the middle of the point. You could see Rhine come in and charge from Narnia. My guess is we're going to see PD on the... I can see Monkey on the ball, PD on the Tracer, Spriggan back on the Sombra. Dive is what a lot of the pro teams are playing because it's super effective right now. And that's what I would expect to see. But now like we're going to see these Symmetra TPs get to the point and just straight up brawl. So this is going to be whoever gets the first key pickoff, or if it's back-to-back pickoffs, we're in for a treat, my dude.
I certainly hope we are in here for a treat, because this is the series. This is their tournament lives here between the Aces and Barons. Wouldn't have it any other way. Here we go. Moving on here on the Control Center. It's going to be the Junkrat Sim here for the side of Barons. Look at his aggression right now. Just walking forward, not letting him do anything right now. On the side of Aces, force on Nesform very early, but Proxy finds the first kill to Art, though. So a good start right now for Aces. They improve the aggression and get the first pick. However, Public returns a favor. It's a 2-on-1 right now, but Ace is still in the lead. It's so scrappy right now. Both teams are trading back and forth. Look at this aggressive play by Munchie. Gonna get punched for that. And Barons somehow win that, despite getting all that free space in White Room early.
That was a very interesting first team fight between both of these teams. That was just a lot of trade-offs, a lot of damage being thrown out left and right. So that's an indication this is going to be a crappy brawl. from both teams.
The TP comes in and gets punished very immediately as Dr. Do goes down. They can't use the immortality field for themselves. Both teams are kept alive through that though, so Dr. Do with a parting remark keeps the team alive. It's a 4-on-5 on point. However, Chubb trying to build in some damage from long range, but there's just too much pressure on point. With Monkey Boy in the Nemesis form, walking forward, taking the space for the squad. And Spriggan on the Hanzo, just pelting in the Storm Arrows down main. And the final punching onto Munching with that slow field with a Nano Swarm. And there you have it, Aces 40% and counting. They haven't used a single ult yet here, Sam. It's looking pretty good for him so far.
Man, this is still anyone's game. Petey's just popping on his left. The same in the free
They're gonna use the Annihilation and the Dragon to push forward. Nobody kills on the back of those ult. That will be another fight win here to use 2 ults. But look at the stagger here on the Dr. Do on the coastline. Man's taking a vacation early. You still got a match to play there, Fur. Come back.
Man, Aces is looking like a completely different team right now. Matey's got the Shatter. The Shatter's going to compete for them to try to get this point. He's ready to stand in for them. Dubs is going to probably retire from behind it. The first one, they get the support.
The nice Shatter gets 2, but Piety finds Matey breaking final ball. The beat from Munchie comes in just slightly too late to keep the tank in the fight. Yard block from Piety. Here in the back, Spriggan finds the kill on the tire from Chubbs. Can't do anything. Matey with the Desperation 12 over onto the Ramatra. However, Arthur's already gone down. You lose it on that Reaper damage. It's Spriggan from downtown with the Storm Arrows. Dr. Do can't do anything. The Lucid differential is asserted by Proxy on point. Here comes Matey with a last second touch, but Piety with 2 charge kills. And I mean, I said that was Baron's point, but my god, Aces just said no. We're better at Brawl anyway. Now take us to dive points. Come at us, Barons.
Man, this looks like a completely different Aces versus the first 2 maps. Petey's like, Petey was like, okay, I got my 2 warm-up games in, I'm good. And Monkey Boy's just playing really solid right now. And the supports are just keeping him up. Proximus and Zex, so props off the Aces. They look like they have woke up. And we got a match on our hands. We got a map on our hands. This is just anyone's game for this one right here.
I mean, yeah, you say anyone's game, but after we just saw that domination on control setting, here comes the TP on the point, though. So we do have the Ace taking control of it very early right now. They're going to force Matey to come on in and fight him head-on on the bridge. But look at Monkey Boy goes in for the swing and the knockoff on the Chubbs! Almost got Artho as well, but the Reaper TP. Buffy got an Overwatch 2. It's just enough. Another boop. Monkey Boy with 2 boops on bridge. I heard a monkey's falling off the bed. How about monkeys pushing off the bridge? A great start by the Wrecking Ball player here for Aces. And what a difference Piety and Monkey Boy have made here.
Where's your
Oh.
jetpack?
A third one claimed by the drink.
Arthur's going to go to the Widow, but Arthur says goes to the Pharah right here. Chubb again. He got played the game last time to get some momentum for Barons.
Much better.
It's going to be tough right here.
It's going to be tough. They do force out the trade here. Piety is going to go on the Cassidy here to trade with that Pharah in the sky. Monkey Boy goes in for a bit of a slam. Almost his bind field already here. Could look to use that. They're not ready for it. But Pity's already found Artho in the sky, so a great start here. And the magnetic grenade as Piety has found the pharmacy out of the sky. And it's just looking like it's looking so good for Aces right now. And Piety with a 3K. The Cowboys been yet again unleashed. And 4% and counting. They just cannot break this impenetrable defense here.
Behind you. You're mine now. Come on, Snowball. I need our help.
The swap over on the May here by Artho. Potentially trying to shut down Piety a little bit with the May walls. But I mean, what are you going to do? Monkey Boy just swings it on you. He's been doing so well on the Wrecking Ball. Proxy hasn't even had time to build a beat yet. He's just kind of sitting here and streaming like, okay, yeah, you guys kill everything. And they're going to do it again. Thing goes down to high noon on the sky, but doesn't find it. They did just get around the corner as Dr. Do has found on the Spriggan, so it's a 1-on-1 on DPS. But Piety with the magnetic grenade will find Matey out of spite. The Joker Queen is down. 2-on-2 on the point. Monkey is still there. Spriggan has the EMP if they decide to invest it right now. However, Casino Rush is thrown in by Dr. Do on the point. He's up nice and healthy. And Zach spawns so low here as Artho with those freeze with the Endothermic Blaster takes him down very low. And now it's just kind of desperation. Last second contest. Get to 99 if you can, if you're aces. And look for a recontest at the end of the day.
Man, this has been crazy, drawn out fights and battles. Barons just might give up. Aces is trying to overdo the reverse sweep. Aces is one team fight away from winning this, advancing. Barons is holding this for an eternity and then winning the next map to advance to face back. We're far from a finish from this game. And I think Spriggan's EMP has got to be huge. If it's huge, I think it's game over.
Chubbs fell so low there, but somehow since live up high, he's going to get knocked out there by the Maywall. Great start there by the Barons as they move forward here. The Blizzard as well on the points. I don't believe it locked anybody down, but it does zone out Monkey Boy into a weird position. Allows Artho to get that kill. So, I mean, they didn't use any ult though if you are aces, so not the worst thing in the world. You forced out the Blizzard. But you look at it, 3 ults here for Barons is definitely turnable here for him.
Yeah. You got multiple ults from Barons and you just rotate them in and out. And good synergy, and you could easily rotate win.
Oh, but the EMP is massive! They get the kills, they get the 2 final blows at the point. Matey tried to use the rampage, but falls! We're gonna touch anybody, Chubbs will get the kill on the proxy. However, I think it's just simply a little too late for heroics here from Chubbs, as Aces look to clean it all up. Both finals, last second hack from Spriggan. Potentially one more touch by Matey, but the Barons might just let the 2-0 lead slip through their fingers as Piney is sending Aces single-handedly to the next round to face off against Pack. Their first sweep has been completed.
Damn, they reverse swept it. Let's go. That was just Monkey Boy got back-to-back plays. Just put the team on the back of the wrecking ball. Dive work. The Sombra buffs work, and it was just an unbelievable plays. And Aces just completely did a complete 180 and just reverse swept them. And not much else you can say. It's just they played really phenomenal the last 3 maps.
I mean, just those swaps. I don't know what it was, but those just last second swaps were massive for him on map 3 of Havana. It's just like, oh, desperation. We're down 2-0. We're gonna get swept in our single Elam tournament game. No. Piety says no and comes in and dominates alongside Solar there, and then does this carry that momentum in the next few maps? Mason swaps, the Sombra play coming out huge from Spriggan, or the Hanzo, just whatever he decided to play. It looks so good from them, and the reverse we've been completed. They're going to move on to face off against the Pack in the next round, and GG's to Barons, of course. That means their tournament lives are over. Single Elim sadly takes no prisoners, but I think you can look back on it and say we had a great first 2 maps, last 3 maps. I mean, you can play as well as you did, but Aces were just on another level on those last 3.
They were. It was a great game. GGWP to both teams. And I know it's late, but I do want to say, Boone, thank you for joining me, and thank you guys for watching. Stay safe. Much love.
It was a pleasure, of course, joining you here for the first time ever for my first appearance on Console League. A shout out to our prodder, Nathan Prod, doing an excellent job on a last-minute kind of put together of everything. Thank you guys so much for watching. Stay safe, stay healthy, have a great rest of your evening. Best of luck to Aces next round. Stay tuned for more Console League gaming.